You may have recently heard the news that the climate activist Jessica Resnicek was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison for doing some damage to the Dakota Access Pipeline. This is Jessica. Ultimately, she's going to prison for 8 years for property damage that she did. And the court also wants her to pay $3.2 million restitution. And remember, the Dakota Access Pipeline was a $3.8 billion project with companies involved that do billions of dollars in revenue every single year. Jessica said in part that she was inspired by the plowshares movement. This was a movement in the 1970s and 80s of Christians who actually sabotaged nuclear warhead sites because they were against nuclear warheads. The rationale she gave: I think the oil being taken out of the ground, the machinery that does it, and the infrastructure which supports it is violent. These are the tools and mechanisms that industry and corporate power and government have all colluded together to create. Is destructive, violent, and needs to be stopped. And obviously, I agree with her. And the reason that this is important, and I want to talk about it, and I think you should pay attention to it, is because it's proof positive of the fact that when we talk about this idea of a revolution or revolutionary ideas, we're having a revolution, there's a revolution that's going to come, whatever. The revolution is here. It's happening. The most powerful institutions in the United States are wielding their power to kill, torture, cage, and in whatever way possible, end the lives of people who cross the line that they determine, and that line is where capital is threatened. Jessica did property damage. She did property damage to companies that have billions of dollars in revenue on a multi-billion-dollar project. And ultimately, let's be real, a project that is actively destroying the environment. As we know, the environment spirals out of control because of climate change. And this is while liberal governors and politicians approve pipeline projects and things all over while pretending they care about the environment. They are drawing a line in the sand, and what they're saying to you and me is, if you cross this line, we will end your life. We will end your life in one way or the other. You're going to jail for 8 years, and not only going to jail for 8 years, but you're going to owe $3.2 million, money she'll never be able to pay back. So whatever you think about how to change the current predicament that we're in, the revolutionary politics are already here. They're using violence against people who do property damage. You don't vote this out, you understand? You don't vote these corporate behemoths and what they're doing to us out.